Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. So as you may or may not know, my name is Rosemary and I make lifestyle content here on YouTube. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and turn those post notifications on so you don't miss out on any updates from me. So in today's video, I just want to talk and get real about YouTube for a second. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how I hit 1K followers and over 4,000 watch time hours in just 3 months. I know that there are so many small YouTubers on this platform that are always trying to find ways to grow and everything, so any piece of advice that I could give you guys, I would love to do that just to help you guys grow your channel. So let's get into the video. So I wrote out some things on my iPad to just reference throughout the video, so if you guys see me looking down a lot, that's why. I don't want to miss any important points that I have written down because I feel like everything's super important and I just want to help you guys grow your channels. So the first piece of advice that I could give to you guys is to post about trending content. And if you're going to be making a video about trending content, make sure that you like the trending content and that it fits your brand per se. If you do that, it'll make the video so much easier to make and it will come naturally to you instead of just having to sound super rehearsed and talk about a topic or something that you just aren't interested in. So for example, like right now's trends are really fall based. I've seen so much Zara content with like their new releases of like their fall collection and everything. I've also seen a lot of rare beauty reviews since Selena Gomez just came out with that whole makeup line. I've also seen a lot of iOS 14 tutorials on how to like do your home screen and, you know, find your aesthetic for that. There's also so many videos I've seen that are like redecorating my home for the fall. So if you can just keep up with trends and find trends that you personally connect to, that is going to be so important for growing your YouTube channel. When I first started, I posted a lot of trending content just to get my name out there, but I also mixed it in with a lot of personal content so people could get to know me as a person, and that is exactly how you build your audience. And then the second piece of advice that I have for you guys is to be yourself and be authentic. At first, it's super weird to just talk into the camera because like, you're talking to yourself essentially, which is a little weird, but you'll eventually get used to it. But I cannot tell you how many times I have watched videos where people just seem so rehearsed and so stiff, and that's just not enjoyable to watch. The key is to just be authentic and be yourself. Sure, there's gonna be people that won't like you, but there are also a million more people that will like you. And if you keep that in the back of your mind and stay true to yourself, that will take you so far in YouTube. I always make sure to try to show my personality through the camera because it's a little hard when you're starting off, so you have to be really conscious about it. But as you film more videos, you will definitely get used to just being yourself and not have to think about it twice. It is such a weird concept to talk through the camera. I'm still getting used to it myself. I love public speaking and I just love to talk to people and just talk in general. So I don't find this super hard. So if you guys love to talk, hone in on those traits and just be yourself, talk away, and people will love you for that. And then the third thing that I can recommend to you guys is invest in some editing software. If you are super serious about YouTube and you know that you love doing this, it is totally your thing, I totally suggest investing in some editing software. So what I did when I first started YouTube is that I gave myself a 3-month period. I started a certain day and then from that day, 3 months, I tracked my growth, which is also something that I will get into. And that was like my trial period, if you want to call it that, which is super convenient because Final Cut Pro, which is an editing software, has a 90-day trial for free, which you can use. And so I took that 90-day free trial and tried it for myself for those 3 months to see how I liked YouTube, how I liked posting every week, how I liked editing, and I was really honest with myself and had check-ins with myself at the end of each week to see if this was really for me. And you will quickly find out if YouTube is for you or if it's not for you, because there's a lot of things that go into being a YouTuber and there's a lot of behind the scenes that people don't see. What is up, guys? It is editing me from the future and it is currently midnight, if you guys can see. And I'm currently editing this video, so you guys can see the work and dedication that it takes to be a YouTuber. Honestly, sorry, that was like really bugging me. It's honestly a full day's work just because I have my own personal life I have to attend to, and then I have Maui, which is like an all-day 24/7 thing because she's literally like having a child. And then once I put her to bed, I can edit and work on YouTube stuff, and that's usually like late night, which is like what I do now. And then I wake up every morning, do it all over again. So I'm definitely not lying when I say that there's a lot of behind the scenes that go into the whole video making process.
It's a lot, but if you really enjoy doing it, it will not feel like work. It will feel like a hobby or something that you're really passionate about, which is what I feel when I do this.
People see the whole polished and makeup side of the YouTuber, but they don't really see the behind the scenes, the hours spent editing, the hours spent planning, getting ready, and just planning out your content. It is a lot of work to keep track of, a lot of time management. So if you give yourself that 3-month period, learn how to use Final Cut Pro and track your growth, you will figure out if this whole YouTube thing is your thing or if it's not your thing. And if it's not, that's totally okay, because you can find other ways to be an influencer that isn't necessarily YouTube. For example, you could do blogs, or you could do Instagram, or you can do like short TikToks or whatever that may be. But if YouTube is not your thing, do not worry, you can do something else to achieve that same goal. Which leads me into my 4th tip. I do not know how much I can stress that. Analytics are so important to growing on YouTube, especially in the beginning. Like, if you guys don't have YouTube Studio on your phone and are not constantly checking it, you need to be on that, because it gives you so many helpful insights to growing your YouTube channel, and you can really get to know your audience that way. So ever since I started my YouTube channel and gave myself that 3-month period, I was religiously on YouTube Studio, checking my analytics, checking my engagement. I was checking for things like my watch time to see how that was going, my views, my subscriber change. I was also looking at my average view duration, because that can tell you how engaged people are in your video. And with that metric, you can also see what videos have a higher view duration, and then maybe focus your interest in that area. There are so many things you can find out on YouTube Studio, and if you really delve into that and you study it and you implement new strategies to try to grow on YouTube, you will be so successful, because that's exactly what I did. And I found the content that people love to see from me, and that is exactly how I got to where I am right now in just 3 months. And then my 5th tip is respond to comments and engage with your audience. I cannot tell you how many times I have commented on a small YouTuber's page and I just never get a response. And as a viewer, that kind of comes off a little bit careless, or, you know, that you're not super invested in your channel, which you totally might be, but that's just the impression that it might give someone. So if you respond to your comments and you stay engaged with your audience, they will feel more connected with you and just build that rapport with you, which is so important, because these are the people that want to see you grow. They love you, so why not respond to them? And when I mean respond to your comments, I don't mean you just saying thank you or okay or anything really short. I mean responding and really thinking of a wholehearted response to give to that subscriber or to that comment, just because you care about your audience and you want to show them that you really do care. And by giving a totally wholehearted response to a comment, it will show so much about you as a YouTuber and how much you actually care about your fans. None of us would be here without our subscribers or our fans. So please show them the love. They just want to see you thrive and they just want to support you. I literally cannot go a single video without expressing my support to my subscribers, because they literally mean so much to me and they're what got me here in just 3 months. Oh my god, I'm talking so much. But these tips are so important, I promise. If you really implement them, you will get somewhere with YouTube, I promise. And then my 6th tip is to make sure that you have an aesthetic or professional looking channel. So I would say that most, if not all, big YouTubers have their aesthetic or their brand totally figured out and are just running with it and totally following that with each post that they make. So that is so important when starting a YouTube channel. Maybe if you don't know what your brand is yet, just having an aesthetic background or an aesthetic channel that all follows a similar theme is going to be so important, because it will make people take you seriously. It will make you come across as more valid and credible, just because you look professional, so people assume that you are professional. I know that that is a little bit superficial, but hey, it's the world we live in, so being professional, looking professional go hand in hand. So my whole aesthetic right now is just a lot of neutrals and just trying to keep it as clean and professional as possible. But with the aesthetic, I also include things that I like, or whatever just comes naturally to me, if that makes sense, and just trying to incorporate that into whatever editing I do with pictures or thumbnails. But when picking an aesthetic, pick one that you connect to, not just one that looks nice or that a lot of people use, because that's going to be really empty and people can read through that. They can see that you're not really genuine about, you know, whatever you're posting about for your brand or whatever. So picking an aesthetic that really speaks to you, that you feel represents you as a person, is so important, because then people will begin to associate that aesthetic with you as a person. And if it matches your personality, that's perfect, because then you don't even have to think twice about maintaining this like beautiful aesthetic or backdrop to anything. And then my 7th tip for you guys is to be consistent when you're posting. The YouTube algorithm, as I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with, loves consistency and will push out your videos if you are posting weekly, same time, same day, and everything. I would really stress that so much. Post weekly, post 2 times a week, whatever that may be. Just be consistent with that, because first of all, the YouTube algorithm will love that and will push out your videos to new audiences. And then second of all, you will help retain your already existing subscribers because they know when to expect your video instead of just wondering, when is this person gonna post next? Plus, the more you post, the more watch hours you will accumulate, which is so important if you're trying to grow your channel, because you need like 4,000 hours to get monetized. So it's super important that you're consistently posting and getting a lot of watch time so that you can up those hours quickly. Like for example, I post weekly, maybe even twice a week, I try to, but I do usually post sometime in the beginning of the week and then sometime during the weekend. It is trial and error at first when you're trying to find your schedule, but once you find your groove, stick to it, stay consistent, have someone hold you accountable, whether it's a friend, a parent, whoever, but just really try to be consistent because that will bring you so much success. Even just try to be consistent in that 3-month trial that you are trying out YouTube for the first time. And then my last tip for you guys is to not be so hard on yourself when you're starting YouTube. YouTube is a patience game, I've learned. You just have to really apply those tips that I had mentioned previously and not beat yourself up if you're not seeing the results that you want to see. YouTube really tests your patience, and I'm sure a lot of you guys know, but sometimes it just really gets you. You really just have to be patient with YouTube. But if you are passionate about YouTube and you are being yourself in your videos, you will get far. As long as you guys are seeing an upward trend in general, that is all that matters, because it just shows that you are having a positive growth over a period of time. No matter what that period of time is, because again, it's patience, you will eventually get there if you are seeing that upward growth. So if you guys are seeing a downward trend at first, do not worry, that's totally normal. You just have to read into your analytics and see what you can do differently. And then once you implement that change, monitor the growth and then see the results at the end to see if you have to adjust or keep doing what you're doing. Again, YouTube is a patience game. It really will test you. It's all trial and error. But if you can apply the tips that I mentioned before, you will definitely get far with YouTube. I'm telling you, I followed these tips to a T for 3 months and look at the growth that I've had. I know that if I can do it, so can you guys. It just really takes so much time management and so much diligence, people to hold you accountable, hold yourself accountable, and you will get there, trust me. So those are all of my tips that I recommend for small YouTubers trying to grow their channel. I did those exact same things for 3 months and it got me here. And anything that I can do to help my subscribers grow their channels, I will do, because I love you guys so much and I want to just help you. We are in this together. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope I gave you guys some good tips that you guys can implement when growing your YouTube channel. I just want to see you guys all succeed because we're all in this together, and your success just would make me so happy. I know that if I grew in 3 months using these tips, that you can too. And please do not forget to subscribe down below because we are growing the fam more and more each day and I could not be more happy. And then as for my giveaway, I'm still collecting the items that I want to give away, but I will be posting on Instagram for that. So make sure to follow my Instagram at romariosorio. I'm just collecting all of the items that I'm going to give away right now. It's taking a little bit because Corona and shipping times, but do not worry, I have not forgotten. It's just taking a while. I love you guys so much and your support literally means the world to me. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!